All right, guys, before today's video starts, please go and subscribe. All right, so as you can see it, got the crank in there, got the new bearings in there, just spin nice and freely. Already put assembly lube on all this stuff. It's all nice and cleaned up and whatnots, obviously from the last video. You guys saw I cleaned everything, got all my mains here, got all my rod caps here, bolts for the mains here. I got pistons over there, so I gotta clean them. Heads are clean, oil pan's clean, and windows tray, pickup, front rear cover, all that stuff's all clean. As you can see, here's the top bearings for my mains. But I'm gonna start putting these on, set you guys up on a time lapse, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, and there it is. Cranks all in, spins over nice and freely, nice and smooth as it should be. Don't worry about that little bit of lube where the rods were. I thought that's where the main went, like an idiot. But I'm not going to go and tell you guys what the torque spec and sequence is. I'm going to go straight to the paper that I went off of. This is off of Summit Racing. For your inner and outer bolts, you're going to go to 15 foot-pounds. Then you're going to go to 80 degrees on your inners after that. And then on your outers, so it's 51 degrees. Your side bolts, 18 foot-pounds. And that's about it. And here is your sequence, 1, 2. And as you know, you go crisscross applesauce and all that other shit, and you torque your bolts. But this is done. I'm happy. It's very nice and clean, and can't ask for any better. It spins over freely. That's all you really can ask for. I am going to paint the block black, or I'll repaint it blue. Don't know. Got my heads over here. Got my rods. Everything nice and clean as it should be. Not really much else going on today. I'm going to skip you guys till tomorrow, where I'll have the piston rings. We'll put those on there. We'll have to gap them to 0.28 or 0.28 or 0.028, whatever it is. I don't remember. I'll throw it on the screen. I'm not a turbo guy, so I don't know this shit, and I don't know ring gap like those guys. So we'll skip to tomorrow, show you guys that. There's one other thing I wanted to show you guys. This is a very common and forgotten about part. Now, this is broken, but this is your oil barbell. This goes in the back of the LS motor, behind the rear cover where the main seal is, and this is an upgraded one. This is the aluminum one or steel or whatever the fuck it is, but you can get it off of eBay, you can get it off ICT billet. These are really good, helps with oil pressure getting up to the top of the motor and the heads. Also can help with oil pressure in general. As you can see, the factory one is made of plastic, has a little O-ring here, can seep out past there. These are pretty easy. You grab them, you have to pull that one out. So I pull this plug out right here, you jam something in there, it'll pop that plug out, and then vice versa, this one will go right back into that hole. So that's about it. Pretty simple, little easy thing that you can help your motor with, especially if you're going to be running like a stock oil pump or something like that. It'll definitely help with getting oil up to the top end of the heads. But I'm going to skip you guys till tomorrow, and I'll catch you in a minute. All right, guys, so I've already got all my piston rings, oil ring, compressor rings, all that stuff done. I obviously still have to put the bearings in. And then I already cleaned all of the bores. I have my tool here to compress the rings and shove them in the holes. So set you guys up on a time lapse, and let's get this thing done. All right, guys, so a lot has happened in a little bit of time. Sorry I didn't show you guys more of me installing the pistons and, ring gaps and all other bullshit. It's just really tedious, really boring, and I know this video is already going to be a little while, and you guys are going to watch the whole thing anyway. Guys, so just showed up. Here's the cam. Here's the specs. This is a Summit Racing Stage 4 625, 605 lift camshaft, turbo cam. Guys, and before you all, you should know this by now. You always got to lube it up before you stick it in the hole.
That's what she said.
Michael, please. There he is. Please.
Mwah!
There he is.
Guys, so as you can see, motor's in, it's all bolted up, all ready to go, we're all wired. The only thing I haven't done is put coolant in it, but I'm not really worried about that. But I'm ready for my first start, and let's do it. Pray that this works. Well, guys, got to run a motor again. So as you can hear, sounds really good. Obviously, when the RPM died down a bit, it's when the motor started trying to learn how to run itself and whatnot. First start wasn't great. Obviously, when turned on, turned off. It did that a couple times before that. I just cut it out, so I don't have to deal with it. But obviously, this tune is not set up for this camshaft. It doesn't have the same fueling table, air fuel, any of that. But it runs. That's the main part. Has great compression, great oil pressure. We had a little bit of smoking out of here, but that's normal. These rings are gapped to 0.028, which is going to be a little bit of blow by, just a little bit. And we have to make sure these rings are seated. So I will be firing this thing up and, heat cycling it a couple times before we even get to going to the dyno. Obviously, the car will be turboed and whatnot. I have it set up right now, and it's NA form, even though there's a turbo cam in there. Until the turbo kit comes, I needed to make sure 120% that this motor was okay and good to run. And now I know it is. I have a little bit of rocker arm noise over here on the first hole, which was the hole that took us out the first time. So I'm going to make sure that I have my push rod checker is on the way, and I'm going to make sure that the push rod lash is set really well. There are 7 400 push rods in there now that came with my BTR kit, but maybe a little too short because I can still wiggle the rocker arm just a little bit, just a hair on top of the valve and the spring. I'll insert the clip here. I don't know what else I can really say. I'm just happy it runs. I have my 80-pound injectors, just came in the mail. These are 36s, so we can't run 36s with a boost setup. So I have 80-pound injectors to install, and we're just going to be waiting on turbo stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you guys go down, hit that like button, subscribe. Please subscribe. I mean, come on. That's all I ask for is the sub. And, you know, if you could watch it till the end, that's great too. But I will catch you guys in the next one, and another start for us.